almost forgot to record. This is Kermit the Streamer, doing more of our Tarkir draft. This is a success at building a Dragonstorm deck. Although I noticed in the freaking deck build that I totally passed over a Dragon Orb, or whatever, in favor of Sandstep Citadel, which is like so ridiculous. Hey, at least it was a 3-color land, but the orb is so important to this particular build that I don't know what I was thinking. Don't know what at all. I was thinking. Alright, so we're gonna take some hits from a Blazing Effigy. It's kind of weird too, because that card is hard to interact with, because instant speed removal can get it, but sorcery speed can't. So we're in a bit of a spot here. I can just cycle this right now. I think I'm going to. Just because I have nothing else to do, and we need to do something. I think I just broke the game. What time is it? 6 o'clock on the dot, basically. That makes me mad. That makes me mad. Because we would have had this at the start of this turn instead, and we would have been able to play it. Stuff. All he's gonna do is cast and recast Fleeting Effigy. We can come back from that. We also probably could have had this land in play. Yeah, we could have had this land in play already. Anyway, we get to play our team Dragonstorm here, so we'll at least stop any shenanigans with that stupid effigy. He's not in a good spot either over here. So, that's really all we have going for us at the moment. We're gonna play to the board here. Put out as many things as we can. Thankfully, we've got the demo piece to make that all kind of work. leave one of these guys home because every point of damage matters right now. Gonna cast a dragon here. I'm just gonna feed the green one. We're fine with losing the devotee. Pick up our Dragonstorm. We can go ahead and put this guy in front if he sends it. One thing to keep in mind about the headliner is that you have to be careful about the math on him. I always think about it in terms of counting him, but since you sacrifice it as part of the activation, you actually count whatever's on the board -1 because you're taking him out of the equation. I mess it up every time. Check the counter now, right here. Just want to draw a card. We have another dragon, although we really like the idea of using the but he attacks into us now and we're kind of fine with it. We'll take a couple points of damage from that one. Now we definitely want to play this dragon, I think. We want to be able to pick up the Dragonstorm. We're just gumming up the board. Got him with our fires, you know. Really. He can't get this, which is awesome. Oh wait, yeah. I thought it was the life is a thing. But that's okay. We're fine with him removing the dragon. I mean, sure, it's our quickest path to victory, but we're playing the dragon so that we can make more 2/2s. That's what we're really doing here. He can block 2 of our guys, which means that 4 of them get through and do 8 damage. So I'm pretty sure he's dead here. This works because he's tapped out, so he blocks 2 guys. Yeah, so he did the math. There you go, there's the Dragonstorm. He dealt with all of our threats, right? All of our flying threats, all of our evasive dudes. But it didn't matter because the Dragonstorm generated so much advantage that couldn't come back from it. And that was a game where we basically lost a turn. Thank goodness his deck was slow there. If he had been able to curve out and cast that Butcher on time, we would have been in... I still think we would have stabilized, but we would have been in a spot where it was like really awkward or difficult to come back. And as it turned out, it wasn't. Despite losing an entire turn. So that just brings up the fact that, you know, time walk effects are often not great. And while tempo is a thing, it's not as powerful as you'd think. You know, just playing to the board and having a better board than your opponent is really the best way to do things. So building your deck well, making sure you get your Dragonstorm mana rocks for your dragon mana rocks. It's really important. That's why you should grab all of them that you can. Alright, I already have my third land, so I'm less incentivized to get the Absent Monument in play. I don't really want to burn a Caustic Exhale on Temporary Energy. Because it's always got Defender. And essentially, if I burn that card on this, then all I'm getting is 2 damage out of the deal. For sure, he probably plays something on turn 3 and we feel immediately embarrassed. Now this is a worthy thing because it generates a card advantage, so we'll go ahead and get rid of this guy. We still need our island. This only gets us a 1/1 creature right now, so not worth even thinking about. So a great card to Osseous Exhale. We can't cast the Goldkeeper right here. We need an island, and we couldn't have gotten one here. Well, we could have gotten one here, but I think white was the right thing to do. This is nice because if he puts the counters here, he's just making a big dumb Defender. You can be fine with that. Ah, this is nice. We can go ahead and he probably kills it, or counters it, or does something. But we want to play our dragons. And we actually don't mind if he uses a spell on it, because it costs him 2 life to do so. And more than likely a whole turn, so we're fine on this board. We really like the idea of him putting... Oh, that's not great, but that's okay. He paid 2 mana to do it, or 2 life to do it. And there's our blue mana, so we're happy there. Now we can play our carry Goldkeeper. Make it a 6/6. Only way we're sad here is if he just figures out some way to remove it or bounce it. Well, I kind of think I should have waited there. Game's not over though. Doesn't look good. Doesn't look great. value out of this, but we gotta play our cards. Now we get kind of something worth it out of the Abzen Monument. No, we don't get to gain 2 life from this, but we still get to use it. We can behold a dragon. We have a dragon to behold? No, we don't have any dragons. We'll go ahead and exile his somewhere, because when he does make a creature, and throw that on there, will not be thrilled. I think I'm going to go ahead and throw this here, because it gives my creature flying as well. And on this board, if we can get in here and start dealing damage, we're good. Plus, if he kills this thing with a non-exile effect, burn a card for a 2/1 that we get back. So, still not what we really wanted to have happen, but it's kind of like a weird, like, that was the best thing we could have happen right there. Dragon deck where the opponent has a dragon and we have no dragon. Let's do this first. I'm not going for a land because we have a if we had a dragon to play, if you have a dragon, you always want to do the thing. But if you don't have a dragon, you don't always want to do the thing. We still only have 1 toughness worth of creatures, so making popping the monument makes no sense really. We're gonna draw lands for the rest of this game. I don't even know if we have any decent dragons. I think we have the black dragon. Yeah, we have the big old black one. But we're quickly running out of time, if that even matter. We've only got 2 more turns alive. And unless we find a way to deal with both of these dragons, we're dead. I don't think my deck has that, so. Just figuring out what else. Alright, nothing we can do about that. Our opponent did a good job in their build and prioritized removal. Managed to get rid of all of our dragons. Note they had the one that destroys flying creatures. That card is pretty doggone good when you're playing against this kind of deck. You know, if I were doing the traditional, try to play a real game of Magic approach, and I had like an all Mardu deck or something, that card ends up being less effective, but it turns out that Mardu has some enchantments and artifacts too of things that can be targets, so it still works as a card. It's just, this is great here because we're going to get to 4 mana, we're going to get to start casting Dragonstorms, and then we're also going to get to back it up with the Skirmish Rhino. I think here I'm going to go ahead and do the Sentinel thing to get a swamp. A swamp. We've got the monument too that's going to get us there too. But like right now, this is the period of the game where we want lands on top of our deck, and then when we don't, we won't anymore. Hopefully, we won't be getting any. So let's go ahead and into his Sentinel, and then we're going to follow up with a Skirmish Rhino. Feel pretty good about where we are. fine with using the trick here. We don't need it. So now we're going to make Team Dragonstorm to get Botchy and Energosan all day. Probably want to play this dragon as soon as possible so we can pick up the Dragonstorm. So that's probably not bad. Because this is not counters, I don't want to do it. So I think we just park, and we're gonna develop our board first here, because I think what I get to do is play this, and I can not yet. Okay. I was gonna go ahead and pop this for a 4. 4/4 is about the biggest you're gonna get with this, with my current deck. Ooh, that's not good. Go ahead and make this so I get the Dragonstorm back. He's going to get to hit me for 4 a turn without me doing much of anything. I like having 2 4 toughness creatures on the table too, because their 4/4 is not going to be as impactful on this board. Now we got to take 8. That's not good. We want to play our, oh geez, I think we want to play our dragons and get into the Dragonstorm thing more than we want to do the globe thing at the moment. Ouch, it gets to bounce 2 of my eyes like I didn't even guess. The Dragonstorms. I hate it, but see you later, Dragonstorm orb. It's unfortunate because we don't have any dragons that are as big as these dragons. We just never will. I think the biggest one we have is like a 4/4, so the counters really matter. But he's just going to remove anything that I have with flying. There's not much I can do. Yeah, we're dead next turn. And we don't really have anything we could do. I should have probably ran the Night Watch first. Yeah. Alright, we're just going to concede right there. When the dragons are too big, not much you can do. So that's a good lesson for how important removal is, and especially removal that can target dragons. plays. It's a little weird because the comes into play tap lands, but I think it does everything it needs to do. Devotee here. Our other devotee play next. I probably should have played the Death Touch one first. Oh no. More than likely, who plays here has 2 toughness, so now we're gonna go ahead and attack him here. We're good with that. So this is gonna be a game where we attack past each other basically, so gotta make sure I'm putting power to the board. Hey, he paused here. That's actually pretty good. He should block, yeah. That's good. I don't think I should use the Osseous Exhale. This is damage to something bigger. We'll make the Dragonstorm Globe. We've got 5 mana. Not quite enough for the Death Forger, but plenty to do a corroding Dragonstorm. The Surveil is the thing on that card. That's why you want to be able to cast it and recast it. I could go ahead and spin this, but I'm not behind, so I'm going to save it. And I don't need to get ahead faster on this board, I don't think. Every possibility that I just draw another land, and actually another land right here is good. But if it's on the deck right now, I may as well draw it. I want to save this for if he plays a Dragonstorm Globe, or if he plays a Dragonstorm. Something that does something. Now we can just go, didn't say the magic word. Ooh, that's nice. Golly, I forget that it has 6 toughness. That's really pretty good. Just a weird ability. But I mean, if you only... So weird, because you're searching and you're putting him in the graveyard. So theoretically here you're putting some... Yeah, you're putting some things that you can pull back. Alright. Now it's time to make a Rano. It blocks all day against the Lotus Light Dancers. What if we should put a counter on it? It probably gets removed, so no. We want to cast this to the board. Okay, he's gonna stun us. That's okay, we can just block with the Devotee. Or we just, yeah, we'll jump block with the Devotee and Osseous Exhale, the Lotus Light Dancers. Get some life out of the deal too. It's gonna worst this turn is to recur this guy, put him back out. Not great because we're gonna take some Constrictor Sage damage, but also not the end of the world. Before we make a dragon, we'll go ahead and make the Death Touch Dragon. That's picking back up our Dragonstorm. which will get us closer to our next dragon. We can exile 2 of their creatures. We'll go ahead and get rid of their devotee and the low slate dancers. We don't want that coming back. Ooh, and we got a globe, so that's actually pretty nice. We got a 4/6 Death Touch Flyer right here. The common dragons are good, but they're so much better when they have a counter on them. Okay, fair enough. I like the board where I have a Siege Rhino on it though, or a Skirmish Rhino. I'm glad I'm saving this Heritage Reclamation. We don't know what's coming our way that might be useful. Having an extra card right now, kind of low value proposition when we've got stuff to do with our mana. We'll put my stuff back in the deck. That's interesting. Oops. He did something, I think, that he didn't intend to do, maybe? We're pretty happy here. We're going to get to look. We're going to get a card that lets us look further. We don't have any more attacks at this point, but it's not terrible. Okay, we don't need that, but you can for damn sure bet we want a dragon. I'm not going to cast this because we know what's coming on top. Way more valuable when we don't know. We do have to take some damage, but look at how much life we have. And actually, we kind of want him to tap his guys, because we untap with 7 points of power swinging back, so he would be kind of silly to attack with anything here, unless he puts something big on the table. Like I can picture the Earth Carver coming out, and then he's fine to attack, but that's like exactly that card. You want to pay attention to what's in the graveyard whenever this guy's in play. He's doing both, huh? Interesting. Now I get to attack with the Skirmish Rhino. I guess if he has overall possession, we're in a tough spot. He probably does. That's an instant that lets you get something back from the graveyard, but it only lets you get back permanently. Okay. I can do that. I gave him a counter when I did that, and a card, but I think it may have been the right thing to do. Although we can actually do this. Not terrible. We did have to give up our dragon, but we couldn't do that until we drew the card, so. And we've got hexproof. He must still have something that can kill this, but oh, okay, no, he can't. I think he kind of messed up there. He wasn't necessarily dead there, but I mean, he was far enough behind that I think it was enough. I would really like to get at least to my 6 wins. I'd take 5. Let's make this happen. this land. Although, no, we can play the Alchemist Assistant this turn. And a card like that's really important to get on board, even if it's just going to go and trade against the 2-drop over here. I think it's actually worth it to use the Omen here. Cool. It's even better for us to just gain life. So cool thing about Death Touch is if it deals no damage, it doesn't apply the touch. So we're gonna attack in here. We've got 2 egg sails as answers, and I think we go ahead and do the caustic right here. We'll kill his thing. He won't kill ours. It's a win. We're going to show off the Armament Dragon because the Purging Stormbrood, it has an instant attached that we don't want him to know that we have. And if he looks at our mana colors, he's got to be thinking that we've got Armament Dragon in our deck anyway. And also, the fact that this is a card that is not coming to the table anytime soon, giving him the information about it. Sure, it limits the possibilities for you just a little bit, but it's not interesting or impactful knowledge for him to have. Alright. Swing in there. We don't care that this guy's probably going to get to attack us with this thing, because we've gained enough life. Go ahead and play our baby Marine. And this just puts a threat on the table where if he attacks me, he's got to realize he's got 3 coming back at him. That works. Nothing I can do about that. We got this exhale here. I'm not afraid to use it because we can still show off the dragon. And now he's got to be seriously thinking about whether or not it's worth it for him to keep attacking. That's what this guy does. So he probably will, but that's not bad. He can kind of come back from a lot of different situations now that he could, which is good for him. Now we're in a spot where we're kind of in trouble. Best thing I can do here is try to apply pressure. I don't really like that play very much. Carsey Revenant's a real problem. I can't block. Right? We can use the Storm Brood here to kill the Carsey Revenant. I don't like it. But at least if he puts this over onto the Rakshasa, he only gains the 5 life and it's done. We can no longer kill this. That's bad. Now we want mana. Yeah, I guess we can block this because we're gonna get a counter from the globe. That's kind of annoying. I hate that he just uses the Rakshasa here, probably, so that we can't block, but that's what we can do. I mean, he's incentivized, because of the amount of mana that he has, he's incentivized to wait on this. The only problem is he can't attack on this board without using the Rakshasa. So it just depends on whether or not he thinks he's got the upper hand right now or not. He knows I need 1 more mana to play this Armament Dragon. The problem is, the Armament Dragon doesn't really impact the board for me. The Death Gorger does a little bit better. Fair enough. So what that does is I can't block, and then when these guys do attack, I have to sacrifice them. Turn. So here I just need mana. I'll take a removal spell. We're going to go ahead and pitch away the Devotee, because that'll help. Recast him because we want to Osseous Exile the Carsey Revenant. We're in a good spot now. Much better spot than we were. Still just a removal away from being behind. We're just going to go ahead and play the dragon. We'll do 1 and 2. He gets to gain so much life right here, so that kind of sucks. What a good spot. He can gain his 3 life. The thing I'm scared of right here is if he's got a pump spell. I think I just go ahead and block. I don't have any trick right here. They're very slim. I hate that he used that life because it did buy him some more turns, but he removed a thing that I get to get back. And he still has a lot to get this board back right now. Alright, we made it. A little worried about that one because he came back from pretty far. But there's one thing that this particular iteration of my Dragonstorm deck has done, which is this is the most consistent of the ones I've built so far. Pretty much the only time when it's not doing something productive is when it is drawing lands, in my opinion. But see, that's the thing. All the way up to turn 6 or so, that's exactly what you want to draw, so. Plains first. So this is the one time we want Ambermouse Sentinel to put something on top for us. So we'll go ahead and get we'll go ahead and get a force if we can. Make the Dragonstorm globe. Celebrate as we have our key pieces. We're going to be able to play the Armament Dragon on time. I think we want to go ahead and virtual land. And we'll just... did we exile it? I think we do. Matter of fact, I think we go ahead and encourage him to block with it, just because it's a mana dork. That gives him 2 mana. This telegraphs that we have something, but I mean, he's probably going to just use this for mana. Like, why wouldn't you? That's why you're playing it. So he now has access to 7 mana, which should cast any card in his deck. I mean, we might as well, right? He can attack with the Devotee. We'll just block with the Sentinel. It's fine. Trade Valid Envoys are good. Really neat design, I like it. Either comes in as a 5/4 or you get to draw a card from it. It's win-win either way, you know. There's definitely times when you want one more than the other, but oh, he's gonna get to draw a card from this, so that's what we're doing. Still, I feel like I got ahead there. It's pretty big, though. So we're going to do an Armament Dragon. Put a camera here. These 2 over here. So we got 2 big giant dragons that can block this Trade Route Envoy all day. I should have attacked. I don't know why I didn't. Now's a good time to blow up this monument. We get a 7/7 out of the deal. Or more after playing the Goldkeeper. I think I will play the Sultai Monument first. Fine with that. Okay, we don't really need the land. We're still gonna do it anyway. We'll pop this as we get 7/7. Ooh, nice. We still have mana up for Asia's Exhale. We don't need it here, so we're not going to use it. He's trying to make a big blocker, I guess. Gotta stick it here. I probably should have attacked the Armament Dragon too, just because we can take some hits, but I'm fine with playing a little bit more conservatively here. These would be insane if you could choose both modes. I like that the Yada choice is impactful. Big old blocker. Caustic Exile is great here because he's going to block thinking he's safe. Oh, what would you do with the Death Toucher? Well, I definitely don't want to lose the thing, so we'll go ahead and... Hey, look, there's a dragon right there. Oh, wait a minute. We're beholding a dragon. Oh, I see. That's annoying. You target, and then you click the dragon that you're beholding. Man, I bet so many people have messed that up. I probably should have attacked with 7/7 too. Well, no, he's got the Death Toucher. We don't need that one. So the unfortunate thing here is that a single 7/7 reach blocker is not enough. Sure, I guess you can block this one. But we can just come in. We've got Asia's Exhale for whichever he does block. So he's blocking the best dragon. So okay, cool. We're still gonna force him to have to deal with 2 threats. Sure. So he's got to deal with 2 flyers. Or just fold here. Good deck from the opponent. Really good deck. I like all of his weird card draw stuff. These are all cards I don't see as often. You know, this is a rare, this is a rare. These guys are common, but you pretty much have to be in exactly the deck for them, I think. But we got to draw 2 cards off of that. That's pretty awesome. So if there was a comeback, if if there was comeback potential, this guy had it, you know? I'm pretty impressed by that. He could have easily drawn like a card, like a Soggy Pummeler and a card that kills a flyer. Like, those things could have been cards that he realistically had access to here. And we got our 5 wins, so we're going to get to spin again, so that's pretty exciting. You know, obviously I want to get 7 wins, but if I get to 5, I'm pretty happy because that means I get a free roll. Get to keep playing Magic. And it's nice too because once you've gotten there, you're actually getting a gem profit too, so you're just getting more cards, doing well. That's where you're getting more ranking too, so I'm not really one to really care much about the ranking. I just like the game. And sure, I'd rather win than lose. Nothing wrong with that. We're going to go ahead and play our dumb land first, because this will allow us to play Gurmag Night Watch on 3, which is pretty good. And then we can just play the Absent Monument whenever we have time. Yeah, we don't want to exhale that. I think Wayfarer is a good card, but it's not one that's really one that we need to be worried about. I don't like anything we get here, but this has got the strongest upside, so that was a good turn though, because we did thin our deck out. We want exactly 1 more land from our deck, and we're going to get it from this monument, so I don't think Flurry worked as a mechanic in the long run, but I do think I need to get rid of that, because if he can do the thing, right now is the time when he can do the thing. I don't want him getting a bunch of birds. They're not that great, but I still don't want it happening. We don't even need to behold here. We can just pay the 1 mana. Probably should have done that at instant speed, just in case he wanted to double block me. Whoa, deja vu. This is good though. We can play this other guy as an instant. And even if he ends up getting a bird, I don't think he's going to be ready for that. The problem is, the second spells that he has are probably instants. So we could be just walking into a big thing. So that being the case, I think I'm going to just argue for getting rid of this thing. I don't want anything to happen. I actually don't. And I like this board. I like this board far better than something could be happening. And true, I'd be getting the things in his hand, but I think I might be then from a position of being behind enough that it would be potentially disastrous. And if he has a bunch of low impact spells in his hand that he's just trying to chain to make little birds, that's actually not an effective, like, long game if I block him from being able to do the thing. That's the problem with Flurry, is I do think that I do think that your opponent kind of has a lot of agency over whether or not you can do the thing that your deck does. This is an instant, so we're going to wait as long as possible. Because it has flash. Now we could block here, but we don't really care about a 1/1. We just don't. If you make the 7/7, we're in a bad spot. And he would probably make the 7/7 if he knew that what we had was a dragon. But if he doesn't know, he's going to make the spirit. And we're going to do this, and we're going to kill him because first off, we get to do this if we want to. We're getting a 3/3. I think we check. We're going to do this because we've got Ossi's Exhale to kill the Earth Carver. The only thing I don't like is he's in the colors where he's probably able to recur this thing, get it back. But having the 4/3 on the table, I mean, like, we own this board right now. We can interact with any attack. He has to give up something to make blocks. And the big decision point that turn was I only had access to 1 planes. So I couldn't do both of the things I wanted to do, which was A, sacrifice the monument, and B, use my exhale. Love when you can make the opponent play a card like this and have it not be as good. He's not killing anything right now, so it's not quite as good. He's going to get to do a boatload of damage, sure. Let's go ahead and cycle this. Go ahead and get rid of that thing. This is going to be great. I'm going to play the Emerald Sentinel and get a land basically for free. Because we've got a dragon. And then because we flyers and these. Actually, that kind of looks like sand, but it's crazy because it's sand that has been kind of made into like leaves and stuff. Really cool. I like that they have this continuity. I mean, is it the same? I wonder if it's the same artist. No, Zara Alfonso and Elizabeth Piero. They look like they're from different parts of the world too. Just their names. I would guess they come from different parts of the world. I'm a little nervous. But I think we got this. I could go ahead and just to be safe. We'll just get rid of one of his things. Make him less likely to be able to all in and get any traction against us. Now we get a 4/4 Abzan Monument, so we want to wait as long as possible to blow this thing up. I think we just went in the sky now. He might be able to deal with one of them. Alright. Maybe this is a trophy dragon deck. We've had one that was trophy worthy. We just didn't get there with it. Alright, so now here's it. This is the one for all the marbles. We've gone up 300 gems and 5 packs, which is fantastic. Should lead to some gems there too. If we get this last win, then we get our trophy, and we are truly, truly happy that our mistake to not get more Dragonstorm orbs, has not cost us a trophy. Alright, we're going to go for the 3 colors. If we'd had the black blue one, that would have definitely impacted my decision a little bit. I'm going to go for the green. So it's not too terrible that we've got such an awkward start. I don't like that though. Let's go ahead. I don't want to give the Mardu deck the chance to start taking off, and that seems to me to be the way to prevent that from happening. So now we do need a cast Magnite Watch. That is a high priority for us because we need to set these cards up to be able to do their full goodness. And I think I do want to go ahead and omen this thing. Ooh, what's that do? Eesh, scary. Yeah, we're going to omen this thing so we can start getting in there. Protection from monocolored has the potential to be pretty dang scary for us. Let's set it up first. That way we can stick out a dragon next turn. We can't do this dragon, unfortunately. We don't have blue mana. This thing is probably going to hurt. Thankfully, it takes a long time to equip. I think it takes 4 minutes. That's a whole turn to get that to happen. I hate this here, but I think we're going to do it anyway. Alright, cool. We can Night Watch first then. Oh cool, I didn't even realize we got to cast it for 3 because of the things he does. Because we have the Devotee. Don't forget about those Devotees, that's why you're running them. That means that I probably misplayed. I probably should have gotten this dragon out as soon as I could. This is a great Mardu deck. So if he blocks the Devotee, if he does it the wrong way, then I'm just going to do this, which is great. And then I'll make the Rhino. Don't know why he's being a douchebag. But he is. Sometimes you lose a game, Magic. Get over it. I can see maybe why he's salty. He's got the nuts. He did his due diligence and he's made a good Mardu deck, but unfortunately that's not where this format's at. I'd have to say that's the format's still fun, but I'd have to say that that's kind of a miss. Is that you can do everything your guild wants to do, your clan wants to do in this set, and you still end up with an inferior deck, and that's the problem. Like, if you do all the things, you should get rewarded. And the way this set plays out is that you just don't. So we don't want to attack here with this guy, but we can throw these guys into the fray just fine. I know they're just gonna get eaten up by pack beasts. As a matter of fact, let's make him make all the tough decisions here. We're ahead. We want to stay that way. Make him come at us, bro. There's one thing that his deck has a little bit of trouble with, which is that I don't think he can break through stalls with this. So I'm kind of incentivized to keep us in a state of stall. Shoot, this game is not over. If he's got Duty Beyond Death, we're just toast. I mean, he's got to have Duty Beyond Death in this thing. Right? Damage to a creature with flying. Don't have any of those yet. Alright, we're more than happy to stick our little soldiers in front of that. One of those. These are essentially, I mean, they're not free for us, but considering that they're replaceable, they're pseudo-free. And Gurmag Nightwatch is not important on this board. Oh, he's got something. He's got like the +3/+0 trick. Yeah, I think we have to take 4 here. And we let him have his trick. I mean, if he's got it, he's got it. You got us. Good job. You still lose this creature. What was I gonna do? Nothing. Probably should have played that as an instant. Doesn't really matter though. He knows I have it, so it kind of doesn't matter. Now this guy is expendable. Shoot. Oh, we're just toast. Goodness gracious. Okay, so he did the thing. He successfully did the thing. Good on him. There's just never a point where we get to block at profit. So yeah, this all-out assault basically is if you have more creatures than your opponent, you're probably winning from this point. So you can see how his deck was built to make that happen. Yeah, this is a fun deck to lose to. This guy did what he needed to do. You should just send them all, dude. Just do it. Oh, wait a minute here. Let's do the math. Well, he gets another attack. The problem is he gets another attack after this one. So, I mean, why he's deliberating doesn't make any sense to me. Because I mean, I have to put bodies in front. To the left and attack again. Yeah, it's 15. Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing we could do against that. And now he can equip the blade to any creature and win. So it's over. Well, we got what we wanted, so we're gonna go ahead and drop this, finish this video. So thanks for joining me. I'm Kermit the Streamer, and we're gonna go ahead and go straight into a new draft. We'll probably just pick those cards and then post that thing later. But this is it. I'm counting this one a success.